Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name's Peter Faciano. Today's Friday. I have another bottle battle coming at you. If you're not familiar with this segment, I am a whiskey promiscuous channel. I drink a whole bunch of different types of whiskey, and I put different matchups in my sample pool that I thought would be a good matchup for some reason or another. It could be a Scotch matchup, American single malt, rye, bourbon, Japanese. Hopefully you get the idea. I have these stickered here on the bottom. I don't know what they are, but I'm going to pour them, nose them, taste them, talk about them a little bit. And then as I go through, I'll flash the bottles up so you have an idea of what it is that I've been tasting. And at the very end of the video, I will reveal to myself what it is I've been drinking, what I like the most. I'll grab the bottles, refresh my memory of what I paid for them, along with the proof points. Also, I have an October giveaway happening. All the rules to that giveaway are in the description below. I also have major channel updates to give you. So if you're interested in hearing what those updates are going to be, I'll go ahead and talk about those at the very end of the video. If you end up watching this and you end up liking it and you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, turn that bell notification on because I produce videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. These smell incredibly sweet, and there's a lot of oak and cherry notes coming through. But let me go and get these a little closer to the nose and let you know what I think about them. I'm going to start on the glass on my right, nose it, taste it, and then move on to glass number 2 on my left. Yeah, this is a cherry oak bomb. It smells absolutely fantastic. My first initial impression is it smells like a bourbon. It smells like a rich, deep, dark, oaky cherry bourbon. Do get a little bit of cinnamon spice coming through as well. Yeah, smells absolutely fantastic. Let's go. Can't talk today. My mouth is already watering like crazy. Let's get it on the palate and let you know what I think of it. Okay, those dark notes are coming through on the palate. It's oaky. It's a little drying. It's a little bit more spice forward than I thought it would be based on the nose. Going down those dark notes, a little bit of leather, a little bit of chocolate, maybe some tobacco, cherry, vanilla, oak, spice, and it is drying. Proof point, I mean, it's warming the chest a little bit, but I wouldn't want to say that it's much proof to it. I can feel it. I know it's alcohol, but I don't know, 100, less than 100, somewhere around there. But the more that I'm sitting here talking, the more drying it's get, the more oak that's coming through. And I know oaky bourbons tend to have a specific amount of like oak bitterness. And this is getting to the point where it might be up over the point of where I like it on the finish. The longer that it's sitting here, obviously that's the finish. The longer it's here, the longer it lingers, the more drying and the more tannin it gets, or more tannic it gets. Still pretty good. Let's go ahead and get a rinse of water and then move on to glass number 2. Alrighty, glass number 2 on the nose. All right, this is not as cherry, but it smells really oaky. I mean, like really oaky. I wonder if we're dealing with high-aged whiskey here, because they definitely have a similar profile as far as the wood notes go. Yeah, it smells pretty oaky. Sting on the nose just a little bit with some of the spice. But yeah, I would say that it's more oak, less cherry, less vanilla, and just more oak influence, more barrel influence. Maybe a little bit of a charred note too. All right, let's get it on the palate. All right, on the palate, it's coming across much softer. It has more of a, I don't know, a rounded nature to it, but I don't think it is as intense with the flavors that glass number 1 had. This just comes across as oaky, vanilla, and a little bit drying, a little bit more drying than glass number 1. And the longer that it sits, the more oaky and the more tannin it gets, and the more drying it gets. I don't really know if I am a big fan of either one. I think there might be too much oak in both of them for my liking. And I don't think overall they have tremendous amount of flavor depth. There is oak, there is cherry in glass one, there is a little bit of spice, but overall, I think they land a little bit flat on the palate. They're good, but they're not great. Let me go ahead and rinse my palate again. Let me go back to glass number 2, back to glass number 1, and then I'll let you know which one I like the most. Right now, they're both pretty even, but leaning a little bit more towards glass 1 because I think that it has a little bit more, and I'm using this word lightly, it has a little bit more of a dynamic palate. But both of them are dominated by oak. So let me get a rinse of water and move back on to glass number 2 for a second sip. All right, glass number 2. That finish kind of fell off. It was a long finish, but when it was over, there was nothing left on the palate that made me think that I was drinking anything. So maybe low proof as well. So there's more cherry now on the nose than I originally got. But man, those oak notes are really dominant. So second sip, a little bit of cherry on that, but definitely oaky, a little bit of spice, very drying, soft on the palate, and that's pretty much it. It does taste good. I like it, but it's not as dynamic as I would like it to be, especially with the amount of what I'm perceiving to be age. Decent pour, not fantastic. Let's move on to glass number 2. Sorry, back to glass number 1. All right, glass number 1. Yeah, there's a richness on the nose with glass 1 that glass 2 does not have. Like I had mentioned, it seems to be, using this word lightly, it seems to be more of a dynamic pour. There's more depth to it. Cherry, oak, spice, chocolate, vanilla, typical bourbon notes, a little bit more elevated than glass number 2. All right, let's get it on the palate second time. Okay, yeah, glass number 1 is definitely going to be my favorite. If I had to have a pour of either one of these again, it would definitely be glass number 1. There is a really good cherry note and a very subtle note of chocolate, tobacco, and baking spices. It lingers around. It adds a little bit more depth to it, but the dominant note is definitely going to be wood, oak, char, age. It's well-rounded. It just has a little bit more depth than glass number 2. So glass number 1 is my favorite. I don't think I'm really sold on either one as far as being a great pour, but I like them. So let's go ahead and figure out what it is that I have been drinking. In second place today, glass number 2 was Knob Creek 18. Knob Creek 18, and this is the second, I don't know what year it was, but this is the second release of the Knob Creek 18. And then in first place, I end up with Elijah Craig 18. Okay, 18. So these are both old bourbons. Let me grab the bottles, refresh my memory of the proof and the price, and I'll be right back. All right, so I think that's what. So Knob Creek 18, this is the 02 version, coming in at 100 proof, 18 years of age. I paid $175, and then the Elijah Craig 18, Elijah Craig 18, I ended up paying $149.99. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, this actually was lower proof. So this is 45% ABV. This is a single barrel as opposed to not being a single barrel. All right, so this is interesting. Both of these are definitely coming across with their age. They are oak forward and they are not very dynamic. And I keep on using that word. They're not as dynamic as I thought they would be based on what I was getting on the nose. Let me know in the comments down below if 18 years is too much, if too much oak comes through, if that kind of destroys a palate for you. And what do you think is the right age? I know it's going to be brand dependent and person dependent, but based on your personal opinion, let me know in the comments down below, what is a good age for a bourbon for you? All right, so the only thing left to do is blend these two, and I need to give you some updates on the channel. What I decided to do is open up a Patreon account. The link in the description, I think it's like right underneath the description of this video, is the link to the Patreon. It's live now. The October giveaway that I have is still available, but I'm going to transfer everything over to Patreon. I'm offering different levels, but the perks are going to be the same. I have a single pour tier, which is $5, which is typically what it is for an entry into the giveaway. A $10 tier, which is 2 entries, a $15, 3 entries, a $20, 4 entry, and then I have an open bar, which is a $50 tier. Now, my plan is to give you access to my whiskey collection, the prices that I paid for the bottle, all of the scores that I've given the individual bottles, along with whether they are sips or skips. And I do believe my $20 tier, I don't have this posted just yet, but my $20 tier is going to be eligible for blind flights twice a year. And then the $50 tier will be eligible for 4 blind flights per year. And I'll do those on a quarterly basis. I'm still kind of figuring out exactly what else to offer, but as of right now, it's access to my whiskey spreadsheet along with the monthly prizes, US eligible only. And then those higher tiers, you end up getting the opportunity to participate in blind flights that I put together and send out. So if you are interested in supporting that, or if you have any suggestions on some ideas of how a Patreon should be run, some of the perks that you should get, let me know in the comments down below. So again, this is going to be the last giveaway for October. All of the other things are now going to be transferred over to Patreon. If you're interested in supporting the channel, just go ahead and click on that Patreon link, join the channel, pick a tier that you're interested in. All right, so I think that is all that I have for you. Let me go ahead and get this blend down the hatch, let you know what I think of it, and then we'll call this video good. Yeah, there's a lot of vanilla. The oak note is still there. What is missing is the cherry. Yeah, vanilla cream soda. That's what I'm getting on the nose. Well, let's go ahead and see what it tastes like. Well, that's surprising. There's much more spice on the palate with the blend than either one of them had individually. Like, there's a lot of spice. Cracked black pepper, oaky, vanilla. I would go as far as to even say that it's drinking hotter than 100 proof. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't necessarily know if the blend is better than either one individually. I can just say that it is different than both of them individually. All right, so that's all I have. So wherever you are at in your journey, I hope you're enjoying it. Take a look at that Patreon account, see if there's a tier that fits your budget. If you would like to support the channel, I'd really appreciate it. Until the next time, we'll talk to everybody later. Bye.